Sup internet, DomoSenpai here, and we're gonna be doing a little special video today. A special video. As you can tell, I got my coffee. I've been enjoying it. Says don't mind the sounds in the background. It's kind of crazy. Been enjoying this coffee today, but we're gonna be going over my collection of manga. And if y'all didn't know, we'll probably. Oh wait, what's this? What is this, you ask? Oh, don't worry about this. We'll be getting into this a little later in the video. This is gonna be like the first time I'm going over my entire collection, and clearly we're gonna start from the top, right? The top of this thing. Now, these are figures that I've collected over like the last 10 or so years. Don't mind that cobweb up there. I still gotta clean that up. But like, I'm not as big of a figure collector as I wanted to be, and it's mad. Like, you see that wood? I hate the wood finish up there. I think that was supposed to be on the bottom, but unfortunately it's flipped. But anyway, yeah, these are like some of the figures that I've collected over the years, just like interesting ones. I wanted to actually get into figure collecting like legitimately at some point, but I mean I never got around to it. Didn't have the money for it, and to be fair, I wanted to be sponsored and actually start taking sponsors when it came to things like this. So now that we move to the next row, these are some of my box sets that I have, right? Some of my boxes that I have. We have the High School of the Dead Collector's Edition behind here. Oh, look at that, Chunibyo. We got the Chunibyo box set. I think the other Chunibyo is behind that as well. We have a Silent Voice, which is pretty sick. Big shout out to Right Stuff, by the way. They're the ones that sent me this Silent Voice back when Right Stuff was the thing, by the way. Rip Right Stuff. But back when they said, man, I miss my Connect over at Right Stuff. If Crunchyroll ends up having like a Connect or a deal or something, make sure y'all hit me up in my DMs or something. We could talk business. But yeah, they're the ones that sent me this. We also have Food Wars back there. That's one of the Food Wars box sets, and one of my favorites that it took me a while to find because this thing was constantly sold out. It is the Tokyo Ghoul Collector's Edition. So when you take this thing off, Kaneki's face is there, which is pretty cool. And then when you flip it over, you got Rize on the other side. Super clean. We also have Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Love that anime. Shout out to High Dive, by the way. They sent me that. I don't know if y'all remember High Dive, but you guys sent me that back when we used to work together like 6 or 7 years ago or something like that. It was something crazy. We have the Akame Got Killed collection. Don't mind that. Akame Got Killed is trash and will always be trash. The manga was better. We have Food Wars Season 1 back there, and that'll round that off. And then we have this Sakurako sake glass that when I was working with Sakurako, they sent me this. But before we move into this next section, I would like to give a big shout out to our sponsor.
Hey guys, before we get back into the video, quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, anime-dakimakurapillow.com, your one-stop shop for high quality anime body pillows and pillowcases and other things. They have various other things on their website, by the way. Don't just like get stuck on the pillows. They have other things that I actually looked into and was pretty interested in. And listen, man, if you ever thought about getting a Dakimakura or you already own a few but want to upgrade, this is the site you need to check out. So let me break it down. First off, the print quality on their pillowcases is insanely good. I'm talking vibrant colors, clean lines, and the real HD level detail that doesn't fade or wash out after a few weeks like a lot of these other places do. Now, as you guys know, the one that I showed off in my video that you got a quick visual of was Skahawk, and she comes from Fate Grand Order. It's one of my favorite mobile games, even though it's not that good. It's the mobile game that got me into mobile game. And I'm also a fan of Wuthering Waves. They have characters like Yinlin, Changli, and even Cartethia that I'm actually interested in grabbing, but I might not show because it might be NSFW. But anyways, let me continue. And you're not just limited to the mainstream stuff either, by the way. Like I mentioned, I was talking about Wuthering Waves. I was talking about the one that I got, which was the Skyhawk. Anime Dakimakura Pillow has a huge range of designs. Like, I'm talking massive. Whether you're into shonen, slice of life, dark fantasy, romance, or even some like, some spicy stuff, some NSFW things. There's something for everyone. And you can get official merch and custom pieces you won't find anywhere else. And I gotta give props to their customer service too. My order came fast, everything was well packaged. Plus, if you ever have questions or issues, the team actually responds and they're super helpful. It's nice dealing with a company that clearly gets the fandom and treats you like a fellow anime fan, not just another number. Also, this is a cool added bonus. They do monthly giveaways on their Facebook page. That's right. you can win a full Dakimakura set completely free. So even if you're just browsing or still on the fence, definitely follow them on Facebook or any other social media that they have. And who knows, your waifu might just be one lucky click away. So if you ever wanted to turn your bedroom, couch, or anime corner into a true shrine for your favorite characters, or just want something cozy and high quality to chill with, hit the link in the description and check out anime.dakimakurapillow.com. And by the way, if you guys want to buy some, they got sales going on. They got like the buy two get one free Mother's Day sales. And don't forget to use my code. It's going to be like at the top of the description. That is ADPDOMO for 10% off. Let me repeat that again. That is ADPDOMO for 10% off. And big thanks again to Anime Dakimakura Pillow for sponsoring today's video. Now, back to the content.
Once we get over to the other shelf, you'll probably find out why. So some of these I had sent to me, which would be the Chainsaw Man volumes. I used to do these things during my streams where like if people I'll have to find the manga for that too. But I used to do this thing on my streams where if people sent me stuff, I would open it on stream and, you know, show it off and then put it up on my bookcase or whatever and end up sharing like an interesting moment. But yeah, so these are some of my favorite manga. Obviously, Yu Yu Hakusho is the GOAT to me, right? Yu Yu Hakusho is the GOAT. And where would I be without Yu Yu Hakusho? You know what? I'm gonna flip the camera so I can actually grab these things and show them to you because I'm left-handed. And trying to use my right hand for things is a bit of a struggle. All right, so yeah, like I said, Yu Yu Hakusho, this is my GOAT, right? Yu Yu Hakusho is my GOAT. Anime wise, I should say. It is like the anime GOAT. We got some Fire Force 1 through 10. I ordered those myself. The Gray Man 1 through 4. I need to collect the rest because I want to have a shelf. Once we get bigger on YouTube, I want to have like a shelf dedicated to like every series. So for instance, like a whole The Gray Man shelf, whole Fire Force shelf, whole Yu Yu Hakusho shelf, whole Twin Star Exorcist shelf. This is also one of my favorite manga on the market. It ended not that long ago. It's a really, really good read. I suggest you guys go read that. It's really, really fun. And One Punch Man. I only have volumes 1 through 5. I'll eventually get like all of them, but that will be a story saved for another day. Now I can actually sit down because we're getting into the lower portions. Let me take a sip of my coffee real quick. So you guys know how I said I wanted a whole like section dedicated to one manga, like once we get bigger. That is exactly what I did with the Kenichi. Actually, before we do that, big shout out to the homie Justin Moore, sponsor magnet. Great book so far. If you guys end up wanting to know more about like brand partnerships and sponsorships, this will be the way to go. So Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple is one of my favorite anime ever. And when I came to find out that there was no Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple English print, I went looking. Why is this messed up like this? I went looking everywhere for the Japanese volumes, and I think I bought it on Atsukai or something like that. I bought it on some website, and it's like a Japanese import website where they sell those things wholesale, or like things that you would only really find in Japan. I ended up going through with that and I bought all 61, right? Yeah, all 61 volumes of Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple. It's a really, really, really good read. The anime, by the way, as you can see, I found these when I went to Anime Expo one year because these are also impossible to find now because, you know, Funimation doesn't exist. RIP Funimation. Damn, Crunchyroll really bought everything out. Well, technically Sony, but that's a story for a different day. This was just sitting there in the cut and, you know, I grabbed it. I grabbed it with no hesitation. I couldn't help myself, right? So this whole shelf is dedicated to Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple. If you guys want me to be real, I probably have well over like 300 volumes of manga in like the entirety of my collection because as y'all can tell, looking at this, we've only gone over half of one shelf and we still have another shelf to go, but I gave y'all a sneak peek of that anyway. So yeah, this is the Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple set, and then down here is like other miscellaneous items, right? Like some video game like some video game stuff, a random Gogeta figure, like collector's editions. You can see I got the Persona 4 Royal collector's edition over here. Had it for a while, barely opened it. My cross tag, Rip Cross Tag, one of my favorite games. I have like a whole bunch of like random stuff down there, but one of the things that I didn't get to show you guys that was on, oh, I skipped an entire shelf. How did I do that? All right, so anyway, we moved down to this next shelf, and it's also got like some of my favorite things down here. We got the Jujutsu Kaisen 1 through 9. 10 wasn't available when I ordered these, so I only got 1 through 9, and I got a random 16. Big shout out to who was that bought it off of my wish list and sent it to me. Somebody did that. Appreciate you. Is it wrong to pick up Girls in the Dungeon? I have volumes 1 through 9 of the manga, and then over here, so I made a oopsie when I went to Anime Expo one year. Actually, that's where I bought these too. But I made a oopsie one year. I ended up getting the light novel for that time I got reincarnated as a slime. And if you guys want me to be real, I do not regret it. It's extremely good. It's extremely good. But then we also got JoJo's this is part 1, right? Yeah, part 1 and part 2 over there. But I don't have all of part 1, I believe. I don't believe that's all of part 1 or part 2 of the Shonen Jump Advance hardcovers. And then we have the Soul JoJo's part 4, which is my favorite part, by the way. JoJo's part 4 is my favorite part. Josuke is my favorite technical Joestar, right? And then we got, as y'all know, I am a super weeb for, not even just a super weeb, I'm a super fan of Final Fantasy VII. When Final Fantasy VII Remake was announced, I eventually got the Ultimania for the game, because I love Final Fantasy VII. This was all just like one shelf, by the way. I organized it. Actually, it's crazy. I had just cleaned this all out not that long ago. And I was like, you know what? At some point, I'm going to show off the small collection that I do have and give people like an idea of why I really do love collecting manga, or just why I love manga anyway. And this is also a good opportunity for people or businesses that want to add to this to be like, hey, we'd like to send you stuff for a review. So if you're a business and you're looking for that, make sure y'all hit me up in my DMs. Anyway, moving on. We also have shelf number 2. And as y'all can tell, I got some fire box sets. I have this Bleach. This is, what is this? Volumes 1 through 21, unopened. I made sure not to open it because, as y'all remember, I had an instance where Right Stuff shipped me a whole bunch of stuff and it came through and the whole box was wet and everything was destroyed on the inside. This is where that came from. We also have Josuke and Crazy Diamond. Like I told you, as y'all could tell from down there, part 4 is my favorite. But anyway, we have 3 box sets of Attack on Titan. If y'all didn't know, Attack on Titan is one of my favorite series of all time as well. So it would behoove me not to have these. And then, as I showed y'all earlier, I have not only the Silent Voice Collector's Edition Blu-ray, but I also have the Collector's Edition for the actual manga of the series. And then we have Rosario Vampire, the complete box set. It's really enjoyable. It's being blocked by good old Gentoki. Moving down here, we have a few more box sets, actually. We got No Game No Life, GOAT series, Guilty Crown, one of the most underrated series of all time. I don't give a fuck what y'all got to say. Guilty Crown is mad underrated. Is that some dirt on there? This is back when I was a super fan, and I'm still a fan, by the way, of Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. They didn't release anything in English, so I bought it all in Japanese. We had the Avatar The Last Airbender complete Blu-ray. I also have the DVD somewhere, like the complete DVD collection somewhere around here. It's probably back there. Oh yeah, and if you see that, we also have the Final Fantasy VII poster kit. I didn't have anywhere to put these. At some point, like I said, once we blow up, I'm gonna have an entire office. I'm gonna have all of my Final Fantasy VII posters and all of that good stuff just hanging up leisurely around the office and things like that. Oh yeah, we also have My First Girlfriend as a Gal. Shout out to all of us that attend Horny University. Shout out to y'all. Chivalry of the Failed Knight. Also one of my favorite series. It's vastly underrated, and of course people are gonna be like, bro, it's not as good, there's other things, blah 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 blah. It's like, yeah, sure, shut up. And then we got Berserk, my favorite, and I've made sure to say this is my favorite manga of all time. I only have volumes 1 through 3 of the giant are these omnibuses, I think, and they're unopened. I only have volumes 1 through 3. I got them for a steal on Amazon. They were mad on sale, and I don't remember the exact pricing, but I know it was mad cheap. Moving on, down here we got Tokyo Ghoul. Is this all of it? Is it only 14? Yeah. Oh, never mind. Final volume. I can't read. These are all 14 volumes of Tokyo Ghoul. One of my favorite series ever. This is what really got me to start appreciating manga art because of how in-depth Sui Ishida's art style is. Behind here, by the way, I have extra Bleach volumes. I have like volumes 1 through like 14 of like the original print, by the way. I have volumes 1 through 14 of My Hero Academia just sitting around. As y'all know, I'm not the biggest fan of the series. I used to be, but not anymore. How Not to Summon the Demon Lord, self-explanatory. Gal Gohan, I don't remember why I bought this. No, I got this sent to me from Right Stuff. They sent me like a giant box full of random stuff, and I was gonna give it away, but instead I gave away a like $100 Right Stuff gift card at the time because I was like, you know what, I might as well keep these for the collection for myself. This is Trinity 7, also one of my favorite like anime. It's a guilty pleasure to watch. I truly enjoy it. High School DxD, self-explanatory. High School of the Dead, like I said, self-explanatory. I already showcased the box set for that. Jujutsu Kaisen Volume 0. I would have put it down here, but I never got around to it. I'll have to redo that. But anyway, yeah, as y'all know, I love JJK. It's really, really sick. Soul Eater Volume 1, big shout out to, who was that? What was the anime box company that used to just like send you stuff and it had a whole bunch of stuff in it? That's how I got this collector's edition of Soul Eater Volume 1. It was really sick. Some Danganronpa, Classroom of the Elite. Again, by the way, big shout out to Right Stuff for sending me that. We also did a video, which may or may not pop up on the screen, that I did a review of before. Fuka, self-explanatory. It's an amazing series. It's really gut-wrenching. I bought the Japanese version because it never came out in English. So that's this entire row in a nutshell, right? Just a whole bunch of stuff that I have. And once we get more, I'm gonna be able to like fully organize it in a way that looks better, right? Because right now, like, sure, it does have like its splendor. Some areas look extremely good, but like then you just got like the random stragglers over here. I could put My Hero right here, but like I don't want to put My Hero right there. You dig what I'm saying? All right, so on to the next row. Like this row right here has some things that I definitely want to get rid of, i.e. Rent a Girlfriend. This is, you know what? Never mind, because this is before Rent a Girlfriend actually went off a cliff. And you know, some people out there will be like, well, it was off a cliff to begin with. I wholeheartedly disagree. My Dress Up Darling, which just ended, one of my favorite like romance mangas. Not my favorite. That goes to The Fragrant Flower Blooms Within, but that's neither here nor there. We also had this, just, you know, it's in the cut. It's the Final Fantasy Collector's Edition of the soundtrack. As y'all know, like I said, I'm a Final Fantasy head, so of course that's there. This is Banished from the Heroes Party. Oh yeah, I forgot. Right Stuff also sent me that, and I think I did a video review on it as well. It might be on my channel somewhere. I'll have to find it. But they sent me this as well, so I definitely appreciate that. I miss Right Stuff, bro. Yo, we go back like 4 flats on the Cadillac, man, for real. Fly Me to the Moon, also a pretty decent romance manga, rom-com, whatever you want to call it. Maki Maho, who, you know who you are if you watch my videos. The person who sent it to me on my stream and I opened it, because they were telling me like, yo, you need to read Maki Maho. It's really good. You'll enjoy it. They even went out of their way to send me 3 volumes, right? The 3 volumes that I had in my wish list. So I appreciate that. And then obviously, you know what I'm saying, we got the GOAT, right? We got the GOAT. Gachi Yakuza. This is the original first print of actually all 3 of these volumes, right? Of the Japanese. I want to collect the rest of them, and at some point I definitely will, because like I said, Gachi is my current favorite manga, and y'all know I cover it with like all sorts of splendor. But anyways, yo, Kodansha or anybody, the people who are publishing Gachi Yakuza, send me the manga, man. Send me the English volumes. I need them. Come on, man, quit playing with me. Y'all know I cover this series the most. I have the best reviews and all of that for the series. Send me so I can fill up this entire, I can rearrange this entire row and just make it Gachi. Actually, as a matter of fact, I would have to put it on a different row, one that doesn't have, or one that's like smaller, right? Anyway, I'm rambling. We also have Final Fantasy VII Remake, the deluxe edition. Like I said, this hasn't been opened. I'm keeping that the way it is because, like I said, I got the digital version, I got the normal, and then I got the deluxe. I canceled on the collector's edition because it was like $300, but I kind of regret canceling that. This dog, it looked amazing. Anyway, moving on down to here, this is like where a lot of my Blu-rays are. This whole section right here, no, aside from the Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel movies, this whole section damn near was sent to me by High Dive when I used to review all of their stuff back when we had like a relationship or whatever. It was really fun, really cool to work with them in that fashion. And then again, big shout out to Right Stuff. They sent me this Gundam Wing box set, bro. This was really special to me. Gundam is what, if you want me to be honest, Gundam is what got me into anime, along with like Tenchi Muyo and Rurouni Kenshin and Yu Yu Hakusho and stuff like that. But Gundam was something that always came on Toonami all the time, and Adult Swim at night. So this is what really got me into like anime and manga and all of that stuff. So I will forever be grateful to Gundam for being what it is, right? Like a staple in my life. And then like just some random scragglers, right? Some random stragglers with like Dragon Ball and stuff like that. This is when I was just like shopping at Walmart randomly and I seen these and I was like, man, I might as well grab them. But anyway, down to the final portion. These are like my pop vinyls. I used to collect pop vinyls a lot, right? And unfortunately, I don't really do that anymore. These are just like, they're just what's still left of the collection. At some point I might get back into collecting them, but not right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that pretty much does it for DomoSenpai's manga collection, and well, pretty much like my anime collection for the most part. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of cool things that are in here, and yeah, I just wanted to do this because I haven't made a video like this before, and I appreciate y'all, and I want y'all to see like all of the cool things that could potentially be here, and or like eventually some other company will be like, yo, we want our stuff there, and I just put it there. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to show you guys just like a piece of me. You know what I'm saying? I don't show y'all me at all, but I just wanted to show y'all like some of the things that I think is really cool and things that like mean a lot to me. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Y'all enjoy y'all morning, afternoon, and night, wherever y'all are, man. I'm DomoSenpai, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.